Maybe it's the bed's fault. Its synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase, it barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. Under your thrumming eyelids, you see a dizzying array of colors. It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you, something to do with, what was it that the lieutenant said? Union? Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood? What it says on the can, Harry. Answer the question. You're not kidding anyone, Harry. Do you remember your wife's hand on your face? That's right, funky baby. And you just tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends. No, it's gone. 3 times gone and never. You failed, Elysium. Everything. The Pale and the useless. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6. No, you haven't. You're just sleep-talking. And the act is wearing. You'll be back in those cold snakeskin. Stinky boy. You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high con. You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's some. Oh yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
Good going, buddy. Oh, just a dream. You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your... Don't do that. Stay strong. The hangover will wear off. Speed is a potent central nervous system stimulant. It kept you got up from this floor because of a holy vow you made 16 years ago. With me. Don't be silly. There was no vow. You were high on speed. That was the only... Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days? Basically, a week. Let's be honest, 2 weeks. Maybe 3. Suit yourself, slow, sad shell man. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, the door is closed. This door can only be opened with it. As you hold the metal, you sense the warmth left there by her hand. Still nothing. You hear the murmur of blood in your ears.
Looks like we can get to work at once. The union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. A lot of things point to the dock workers' union. The circumstance, that's not a lot of things. We should have dug up more yesterday. Still, we need to talk to them. And it won't be, ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCMP. Men who drink beer for breakfast? There's talk of an armed wing of the union called the... I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. One loose thread less to worry about. And one big problem to replace it. That would just escalate tensions. No captain would sign. In fact, even the death of 2 detectives might not warrant. One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can...
Good. A power move.
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place.
Can I help you? Got the 20 real? Then why are you wasting my time and yours?
Just a moment. And there's...
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the...
It's fine, I understand.
The lady is distressed. Perhaps something more upbeat might cheer her up.
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie.
A faint smile tells you she appreciates the effort.
The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the manager was vague about it. To let the young woman who's house-sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, I was also hoping
You hear that? Someone's missing. There could be... That's right. Now skip the foreplay. Time to dive into the... Doing some good will alleviate the hangover. At least you're of use to someone.
That's just it. This isn't like...
A cold breeze hisses through dense thickets of reeds. Something...
you have more important things to worry about. Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his... But they should have returned by now. They were just going down...
The waterlock. That was broken. Could this be it?
Oh, sweetie. Gary's as loyal as they come. Oh my. What happened to the water lock? Well, whatever the cause, I'm thankful. To both of you.
You're welcome.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other...
This will surely lead to a cryptozoological...
And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up. Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie. Oh, yes.
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legend.
That's one opinion, yes. And people...
My apologies, ma'am.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology. One specializing in searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless. And frankly, many scientists are too late.
She's completely internalized her husband's struggles. They are her own.
Oh dear, I'm not sure where to begin. Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but...
It's always a challenge to describe the person you know best in the world.
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with...
The lieutenant pulls out his...
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him. We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn. Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary via dating agency, I'm ashamed to say. We hit it off and...
She's skipping over some important parts. Perhaps you'll find out more later.
I hope I've been useful. Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating. But I should...
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
Well, it's...
Oh, yeah.
Where other phasmids imitate sticks or leaves, this one's a living reed. It disguises it, hence its name, the Insulindian phasmid.
I knew it.
Officer, I can assure you.
There's a hint of defensiveness to her retort, but
It's simply elusive, so much so that most establishment zoologists doubt it exists at all. Well, some teenagers making out in the reed saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article in a local newspaper.
interesting. Maybe the phasmid made the teenagers.
I doubt it. It's not like teenage. Of course, most phasmid sightings turn out to be false alarms, but their description matched the Insulindian phasmid. Not at all. Why else would it? Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into cryptozoology for them. Yes, it can blend in almost perfectly among the reeds. It's how it stayed. Oh dear. I'm afraid I'm not explaining this very. Morel can explain it all much better. I wish you could hear him describe it. Then you'd understand, I'm sure.
There's really no point in manipulating anyone.
Oh, I'd be delighted.
One cryptid, not a couple. One. This won't turn into some kind of cryptid extravaganza.
He nods, and his cryptids. Let's hear. Ooh, tough choice there.
The gnome of Jeroma. Oh, it is. None of his victims survived. Grieving relatives. It was reportedly a small creature with webbed. A couple of campers found it when it was already dying. They heard an. It still took the gnome of Jeroma.
If the body of the creature was found, why aren't there detailed illustrations?
Alas, the first scientist who got his hands on the creature's corpse. Instead, all the venom leaked out of the creature's teeth and into the surrounding liquid, dissolving the creature itself. A poetic end, perhaps.
Hey, you promised you'd only ask about one cryptid.
The lieutenant paused. Something in him.
Ah, fuck it. Let's have...
Well, the biggest cryptid is of the giant lives in the most arid parts of the vast Kokonur mirage, or no one knows for sure. It is like an awful mountain. The towering luminosity of Kokonur is a bad omen in local folklore.
Hui. No animal can be that large.
That's what makes it so peculiar. A species surviving. There are limits, you see, to how large a metabolism an ecosystem can beget. Some say a
Great. This is great shit. You need more.
Cryobacter catlensis. Yes, a unicellular bacterium that was the bacterial colony Mijanou found had remained. Mijanou disappeared shortly after injecting herself with the bacteria Yes, the bacteria had...
It's actually a little hard to see, but do go on.
Yes, and she's quite mad, too. After she treated herself with the bacteria, we can assume that she has been living somewhere in the wilderness for decades now, all alone. What an interesting question.
Of course. All fairy tales have someone or something invisible in them. Okay, I won't spoil your fun.
It's the Col de Mama d'Aqua. Its name means thin wisp, like nothing. It's such a high-pitched sound that us humans can't hear it.
Fine, I'll bite. How can an animal be a sound?
Many scientists have asked the same question. Some have claimed that it isn't itself a sound, but a tiny corpuscle. That it could be. As I said, it could be everywhere. Plenty. It's the evidence that led to... In the 20s, when playing back recordings they had made in the foothills of the Ea mountain range, the scientists soon discovered they could track and even predict what appeared to be...
She transforms when speaking.
They realized that they had discovered a new species and called it the Col de Mama d'Aqua. After they grew quite obsessed with these little birds. Sequester, Time, Joscan, those are but some of them, Mama. That is a sad story. A group of university students assisting with the field, they tried to communicate with it and had no other means but sound. So they started sending out sound waves.
This lady really should be You have no clue, because you're not a dweeb.
No, dear. They cancel each other out, and these tests were performed.
Great regret washes over.
After that, the corpuscle appears to have migrated elsewhere. There have been recordings of anomalies similar.
Of course. A common thread in these. Disappearance.
I'm glad you did, dear. What about what? Of course, dear.
Let me handle this. Detective disorientated. Are you still wondering where you are? This is Martin. No, I am not a gardener. I'm a leap, so let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardy? That's Titus. Talk to him, but know this.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our...
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for... Was that? Could it be? The Col de Mamadakwa? No. There seems to be an extremely high-pitched ring. Ultrasonic. There it is again. You're about... It must be very close. What are you doing? You're a police officer, not a pansy ornithologist.
No, I don't hear...
Of course he doesn't. He's... Oh no. No. Too late. It's gone. There is no ringing anymore. Just the sound of the streets. Keep your ears peeled, then. If the species really has migrated to Martinique.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? It's quite straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients.
Ingredients for...
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL and various synthetic psychedelics.
Shit, yeah, baby. It's the Parte pipeline. Why would you want to shut that down?
I assure you, officer, these are not the sort of parties you'd want to attend.
She has no idea what kind of parties you've been to.
Yes. After they clear the terminal, we lose track.
While Pine seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade, ma'am. Do you mean to say that you...
We're in logistics. It's our business to know. And no. As far as the company knows, Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrat and the Dockworkers Union. Still. The lorries. Someone needs to move the ingredients from the harbour into the city. Once they reach Jamrock, perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interview the drivers. I'll be explicit. If you find this driver...
You'll be indebted to her, in a way. But one step ahead of the Union in another.
We did. On more than one occasion. Apparently there's some...
We know the company has launched its own probe into the Union's alleged involvement. We also know it's come up empty.
Well, here's your chance, officers. No. We asked East Motor Track to raise the drawbridge.
The road company is a partner of one of our subsidiaries. This is a limited time opportunity. Once the complaint has been processed, thousands of litres of raw ingredients will pour onto the streets.
Well, at least
What is that, Lieutenant?
why I had to call East Motor Tract and beg them to open a drawbridge for me. I'd wondered since I first
I am sorry for the inconvenience, Lieutenant Kisaragi, but we need them trapped here. How do you think they're financing this strike? There are thousands of unpaid...
There was a shakedown of local businesses preceding the strike.
With all due respect to these desert cacti, the contents of a few cash registers cannot provide for two... Precisely. Smuggled out of that very gate at night, most likely, then loaded...
It sounds like she tried looking into it herself, though she's clearly not the type your typical lorryman would confide.
Yes? Excellent. According to my reports, there are... It may come to nothing, or it may just blow the case wide open. I can keep the draw... In the meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance. More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything. We're in Martinez, baby. A casual term of endearment popular among the 50-plus crowd. It's a aren't we? Martinez is a district of Revachol. A very small district. You would be excused for not knowing about it. Unimportant, they say. Forgotten, even. It's not really a sea, it's... Yes. We're on an island in an ocean.
Vast, lukewarm, and unknowable.
Caillou, as you already know. Imagine a pebble.
It is clear this pebble is of enormous value to her.
I'm not a good ambassador. I've only been here once before. As I told you, Martinez used to be a province. A workers' resort before the city swallowed it and the artillery did its part. Now the Reeds are the real star of the show here. The further down the coast, Revachol. The Great Cut.
As if it's self-explanatory.
History detective. They built this city to resolve history. The nations of the Occident, or migrant workers, in the DeLorean century. 300... They say it's where the terrible questions of our... By that I mean, conflicts. We are standing on a fertile, self-sufficient island able to sustain up to 200 million people in the middle of the Insulindic Ocean. I think it's fair to say so. 22 kilometers from the center of the world. That soldering iron is the bank of the world...
Silence. She lowered the water, the light. There is no recognition. Only the immensity of the sea.
We are where we are. I have no truer answer to give.
This is one thought you need.
Was there something else you wanted to know?
This has been informative. Thank you, ma'am. I'm sure my memory-impaired partner... Might I suggest not asking them all right now? Madame Messier will be here.
Absolutely. My commitment here is long-term.
Oh, of course not. You are already diligent for getting this far. And diligent boys remember.
Indeed. I'm always at your service. Glad to have been of assistance. The little bat...
A sturdy metal door guarded the door wrapped.
Stop banging on the door! Doesn't matter. The police. No. Go check the backyard.
Hello again, officers. Have you...
There are clothes inside. Cheap.
Don't be shy. These are premium class clothes.
You find your hands deep in tattered and faded garments made
Economical, but also trendy. Look first hand, buy second hand. Keep the economy moving.
You find your hands deep in tattered and faded garments made
Economical, but also trendy. Look.
There's a pile of cheap sunglasses in
You like sunglasses, officer? I've got the latest styles right here.
a boat. These are hideous. What's more,
Damn, officer! You look like a mega secret spy. Where?
they're perfect for concealing your bloodshot of...
No, you are definitely not buying those.
Are you sure? But they look so good on you. You should think this through, officer.
These are all boring. Boring.
These are all first-rate sunglasses. Premium design, super material.
Welcome to Rivachol.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me. It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Rivachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think, but you see, I'm an officer of the RCN. It's actually...
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
I haven't learned anything.
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his...
Whatever you say, officers. Oh man, that's... God, man. Thanks for that, but no, it's not. It's about biological... Not the most popular topic nowadays, with the coalition in charge, you know. You might want to change the topic. That is, bury your head under the sand like common sheep. I'm not just racist. Look, I've read books, huh? People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior.
If this guy's all the Occidentals have, well,
So, lately we Occidentals have experienced an unfortunate downturn when members of the superior race ceased. The problem? The damn kips are showing a real good game lately. Same with the mosquitoes. And the other intruders species too. They're on the precipice. It's what the kips of Boogie Street are going for, right under our noses. And it's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races. Who knows what might happen if people don't stay in their birthplace? Don't push your luck, Runt. Looking for something, Runt? Come to tell me. Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the strike? Oh, they've been at it for a while. A month. Apples. Yeah, apples?
He's given you the runaround. Let's be honest, you were bested.
Drugs? They're shit, man. I don't let... You know where that shit comes from? Sarah Miriza. They know they can't beat us in a fair fight. So...
There's your in. Take his side in this particular fight.
Not in, not out.
So you're telling us that you don't know?
I don't know shit. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you. What do you think? I can't leave the lorry unguarded. Stuff's been getting looted lately.
There was a bunch of spilled boxes in the back of a big lorry nearby.
Yeah, I knew that guy. He was an honest driver who loved this country. We were having a good debate about genetics. Since he left, I haven't had anyone to talk to. It's a fucking travesty is what it is. Isn't it obvious? Fucking Sealang, that beady-eyed South Samaran. He's a Samaran guy who likes to pretend he's some kind of businessman. Just follow the smell. It smells like...
Yes, yes. What?
Looks like I offended your partner there. Too bad. Sealang's usually a little bit soft. His tribe are natural liars. It's in their blood.
I wouldn't be so sure about it. Not until...
Guess so.
Scab? I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, "Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the Wild North? Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder." Of course, Policia. It wasn't me. You could...
Should we? He's nice. I don't like nice.
My friend, I respect the right to roam. The open... I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not... I walk right past Measurehead. Yeah, the 2.5-meter tall Seminese supremacist up there. Walk right, then press the button to unlock it, then go past him again, and you enter the arbor through the office. Está. Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. Or you could convert to his Seminese supremacist worldview. Or... Not yet, no.
Nothing a couple of solid hooks from Dexter and Sinister won't fix.
Jean-Luc himself would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic. Sure. Sorry. Busy surveying the situation. I'm sure wiretapping, telescopic batons, or calling in tactical air support. You guys have air support, right? I get it. Hush-hush about the secret.
Something changes in his disposition.
All right, I may have some advice for you on how to deal with Jean-Luc there, out of solidarity. First, don't fight him, obviously. Second, get him to share his theory by being subordinate. Admit your lack of expertise. Basically grovel. That's how I do it. Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
The coin lands into your hand as if it has always belonged there.
Always glad to help out the RCM. Shame I can't do more. Things are, you know, the winter's fat is slowly running out and all. Still better than scabbing, though. Nothing to worry about, really. The jam's a bit of a mess, cargo can't get in or out. The rationing is a bit stricter is all. I'm always glad to help out when possible. Not like these slithering scabs. You know, serious business. I'm sure the big boss...
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the union boss.
Bastards! We have a right to work!
Yes. People get that you are...
Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
Good. We're fighting for a cause here.
Besides, We're not that different. It helps if people see us talking cop. Rights of people. Rights of workers. To have gainful employment. To make a salary. Might be time. Don't let the fat bastards tread on you. Cops tend to side with the higher-ups, but you're essentially still workers. I don't trust cops, but I can see you understand the right to work! Right to work! Maybe you should ask them the question. We have families to...
So do we, Scab.
Have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. I'm trying to meet their fat boss. I know nothing about a murder.
The mention of a killing sends a barely noticeable shiver of tenseness through him.
What are you talking about? I'm not.
Yes, he's tense.
Right to work! It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime.
We are not picking a side in pity.
Let us work! When a bunch of ungrateful, lazy beats me, they mumble nonsense about boardrooms and workers' rights.
When the man moves around, you perceive there's something odd in the way he carries himself. His set of clothing looks vague. His shirt is far too small and an unpleasantly tight fit, while the overalls held up by a belt. He ignores your question, choosing instead to turn to the emaciate. You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy. Ask him where he's from.
What's it to you? Big mess, caused by union greed. But I only fight for the rights of people. We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting. Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell? Uh-huh. It was a long time ago. Honest men and women, with rights, to work, to be useful. We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If Union...
I have a question. Why do all the...
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market. The rule... We were promised work. We'd be in there, working. If the bastards hadn't... Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. Could try to get in through the secretary's office. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or what? Yeah? That giant up there, on the bridge you talked to. Bad. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically advantageous... I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no... Why don't you go arrest them instead?
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went up.
No! They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded. Then, not before you get in there and get your ass whooped. Learn by...
He might have some advice, but you got to at least try to fight Measurehead first. A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, the windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see the driver has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. The back end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia. Not unusual in this part of town. This is our guy. Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is. Drapes it all over his machine.
Lowman, you caught me at an outpost. What do I need drugs for, Lowman? What I say? What? Yes. There is a protagonista.
I don't like the sound of any of that. Sounds like...
Then what will you get?
This line of questioning is going nowhere. Try harder.
You're man, Lowman. What of it? Maybe. Probably not. Makes no difference to me either way. Just this month, I made half a dozen trips from Saramiriza to Grad. It's diamonds, Lowman, obviously. Easy. He's the skinny man who thinks he's a poet. Never trust a poet. Diamonds are good for you, Lowman. You should try them. Where do you want me to go? This isn't so bad. I can listen to music, or I can just relax and let my mind...
I think we're done here, no?
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, your bottles clunk into the machine and the money appears with a satisfying... Do you know what you should do with that money, kiddo? A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles.
Just ask me if you need anything from St. Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but, I don't know. Let's see. Nosafed is an... I don't really know what hypnogamma is. I guess it makes you feel less... It's recommend... no. Sorry.
Nosafed heals +1 health. Dramine heals +3 health. Magnesium heals +1...
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent.
What is what? If you want to buy one, then it's only 4 real.
A colourful display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles there, in that dark green glass. All in vain. The great flowing river of...
Guess not, no.
Good thing you're an
I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes down...
Don't ask. Don't look. Know this. You will never finish your alcohol quest if you don't buy beautiful alcohol.
The Pale Age vodka is special, I guess. You know.
Don't worry your pretty little head about it.
I mean, I already said it'd hurt.
Substances give powerful bonuses to your main stats at the cost of damage to your health or morale. Use medication, like Nosafed and magnesium, to counteract the negative effects of substances.
No, Frit only sells legal drugs, like the law says.
A colourful display of...
Again, I'm obliged to inform you. Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. I don't know. Frit? A 7 to 11 grocery store? I think they think that the extra tea makes it fun. Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting. A warehouse? I don't know.
She looks up from...
Fine. Frit doesn't have a warehouse. Just a little back room here. Okay? I don't really know anything. I mean, not really. No. I didn't know him at all. I don't know, really.
No need to worry. It's just standard procedure for us to ask around.
Okay. Uh-huh. Reality? You mean, I don't really know anything? I mean, I'm 15. Yeah, that's why I'm working my arse off in Frit. So I guess, like, I don't know. What about it? We're in for it? As mankind, or in a good place? I mean, science is doing great, and this radio computer, I don't know. Look at the clock.
The clock shows the time at 10:09. The hands seem to be...
When ordinary people take over the government. Yeah, it happened like 50 years ago or so. Sorry, our government. Or do you mean something else? Cool.
Looking for something, Runt? Come to tell me to fuck off?